Okay. Need to comb my hair. Okay, cool. Let's start. Oi, oi! Hello, I hope you're okay. It's Jerome Karaoke. Chanjo, chanjo. If you are new to this channel, my name is Jerome Karaoke. I am a certified ICF coach, and specifically, I'd like to call myself a soft skills coach. Alright? Soft. I will talk a bit about what coaching is in a later video. I'm sure you're asking, so do you like... But for today, let me just talk about soft skills. Alright, and in this video I'm going to talk about 3 things in terms of soft skills. Number 1, what are they, or what do I think they are? Number 2, how did I get into soft skills, right? And number 3, I think, and most importantly, why soft skills, why are they important, right? Cool, let's get into it. Now, to start, the origin of the term soft skills is actually from the US Army. In the 1960s, or is it the 70s, they came up with this term to refer to soldiers and their skills that did not have anything to do with combat and use of a weapon, which is ideally the opposite, which is hard skills. Things like tactical awareness, flexibility on the field, communication, that kind of stuff, right? And it has since woven its way into corporate culture to talk more about the things that are not the hard skills of a typical job, which would be maybe crunching numbers if you're an accountant, coding if you're a software engineer, designing if you're an architect like me, right? So, to answer it plainly, soft skills are basically those skills that are not really technical, right? Now, if you're to ask, how did I get here? Okay, 3 things happened. The first one was a realization. The second one was sort of the consequences of that realization. And the third thing was the first step I actually took towards coaching. The first thing, the realization. At some point, it hit me that the course I was doing, which is architecture, had various different outcomes for various different people, but it wasn't necessarily linked to their technical skills, right? Outside of school, just like with other degrees like engineering, people were doing things that they did not study and succeeding in those things, right? That's the first realization I made. And the second one was a bit interesting, right? If you think that, okay, the success of these people isn't really based on what they are the technical skills that they're getting, you can basically look at the curriculum, right? So in my architecture degree over 6 years, I've done 49 units. And of 49 units, 2 of those units are soft skills related. That is entrepreneurship skills in 4th year and communication skills in 1st year. I think those 2 are actually standard in all degree courses in Kenya, if I'm not wrong. But that goes to show that if generally the idea is that a lot of the success of many people is mostly determined not by the technical skills they have, but by the soft skills they have, why isn't it taught more? That's number 1. Number 2, so what did I do about it? It started by the first time I actually took a step towards this was, and there's an article about this on my LinkedIn, so you should go check it out. It was a realization that I made and wrote down on my notebook when I was in my 3rd year as I was taking a long call, for lack of a better word. And yeah, the article is there, you should go check it out. But it was me actually consciously deciding that using the letters of the alphabet, these are the actual things that I want, not of the alphabet, the vowels, yes. These are the things I want to learn aside from the skills of being an architect. So A-E-I-O-W, I-E-O-U, right? So architecture, entrepreneurship, of being an entrepreneur. I was, I think, innovator. O was an orator, a speaker, and W was a writer, right? Instead of U, W. I see what I did there. Cool. That was the first step I took, just writing it down, right? And then after that, I was lucky to get a chance to do Centonomy Campus Edition, which was a whole, mind-blowing and mind-opening experience. That was when I was in third year, around 2019. Post that, COVID hit, that was 2020. And as I began to sort of practice and put these skills in action as regards to my course in architecture and see what are the opportunities for me to become good at these other skills, I was lucky enough to find Toastmasters, JKUAT Toastmasters, which is a public speaking club, a Gavel club actually, which is part of the Toastmasters International Fraternity. More on that later, because it's very important in my journey, but the result of that was that around this time last year, I became fully certified as a competent communicator under Toastmasters International, right? And then that was Toastmasters. Follow that up by the end of that year, which was 2020, I unofficially became the president of my Architecture Students Association in school called ASA JKUAT. Shout out to ASA JKUAT. Probably like the best leadership experience I've ever had. But yeah, so those things are the things that like the first few steps I took to actually acting upon that realization that I had that, okay, if I wanted to create any sort of success in my life, if I wanted to, I guess, do better, these were the things I could focus on. So I first got interested in the idea of coaching. Now the next year, this is now 2022. I'll have you know that I got that idea especially when you're broke. And when you're broke, when I was broke, sorry. And when you're broke, you get all sorts of ideas under the sun. And I was like, I'm good at speaking. Why don't I just like charge people to help them prepare for presentations? I guess there's a market for that, right? Maybe, I don't know. And the fact that I had been doing it for a long time in school, because architecture you present every other week, meant that at least I had the familiarity and the track record to be able to give people a variety of skills in that area. So that's what sort of led to, those three things sort of led to, so first the understanding or the realization that I need to work on the soft skills. The second thing was actually working on them. And the third thing, realizing that I could actually teach these things. Begs the question, why soft skills, right? Why did this become such a big area of interest for me, to the point that I actually started a company called Voca, which looks like an avocado. Soft. And the answer to that question, why soft skills, why are they important, came very suddenly to me with the conversation I was having with my co-founder, Havila. Shout out Havila. And the whole discussion we've had right now of technical skills versus soft skills, especially in university, but by extension on the job market. And he asked me, Jerome, could you then say that technical skills, including your university education, which is by extension a majority of what you learn, technical skills are just there to make everyone the same. Therefore, soft skills are what make you unique. Hey? He said that, and I was like, but it made sense. Your technical skills, including your university training, as a certificate or as a diploma or as a verifier of a skill set that you have, by merit of the fact that you all have the same degree, for my case it's Bachelor of Architecture or Bachelor of Architectural Studies, is to show that you meet the minimum requirements. So by you having that degree, it shows that you are good enough, you are met the standard, right? The standard. And I mean, that's great, because without standards, it means you wouldn't have a clear indication of whether or not somebody can do a certain role or not, right? And that's why they're there. But that just makes you all the same. What you do with it, that could be different from somebody else with the same degree, is largely due or dependent upon your development in your soft skills. Does that make sense? It does, yeah? Cool. So, that being said, on this page, any discussion we have about VOCA, we're going to mainly focus on 3 soft skills. If you look up the 21st century skills, you'll see a variety of these, and we call them the 3 C's. Communication, creation, and connection. In other words, communication is how you get your message across. Creation, or what you call it, is how you engender or influence a change in a situation. Also, some people call it creativity, other people call it leadership. Those two sort of fit within that bucket of creation. And the last thing is connection. In the 21st century skills, this is known as collaboration. But it's more than just that. It's how do you network? How do you build yourself a personal brand? How do people get to know who you are? How do people get to know what you can do? So that's what we're going to be talking about here today. Not today. Always. Okay, whenever you're watching this. Yeah. So do stay tuned. We're going to be talking a bit more about what coaching is like, what it's about, and we're also going to dive deeper into these 3 elements. Remember them: communication, creation, and collaboration. Connection. Yes. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. Drink water. Where's my water? Stay safe, drink water, and see you next time. Bye. So it's become a get ready with me video. Well, this quickly, I didn't expect it to happen this fast. I'm already a YouTuber, guys. Wow. Anyway. I'm trying so hard not to say so. Okay. Or now. I shouldn't be doing this, man. I'm a Toastmaster.